You know what's an overkill meal that you can have for Thanksgiving? Lechon, which is like a whole. I put emphasis on the word whole. A whole roasted pig. I mean, I know it's not only popular in Latino families, but lechon is an overkill meal for Thanksgiving feasts. I mean, you have the entire animal presented from snout all the way down to its curly tail. Porky Pig, Pumbaa, Wilbur from Charlotte's Web, just looking right into your eyes or out into the distance, not moving, completely cooked and charred. It's the most unsettling thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I love meat. But when I eat lechon, I get a very uneasy feeling. It's like the whole animal is presented in full form. You order it from the butcher, it shows up in a body bag. All right, you and your buddy, you got to wear gloves and you got to drag this thing into a cooking contraption that you have preheated, right? Like it's meditative. Opening or sometimes like I've seen families like they open it up. They open up this entire 80-pound pig and they start putting like stuffing and potatoes into it, and then they sew it. They sew it like they're Jeffrey Dahmer. It's just too much work for a meal. It's kind of like you're conducting a murder. Okay, and there's different ways. There's different ways to cook lechon. They have, I've seen oven style. I've seen like a brick cinder block looking oven, or AKA cajachina, right? I've even seen in the Colombian culture that they dig a hole in the ground and they put coals on it, and then they just wrap it around like these leaves, and then they just dig it right out after cooking. Okay? And no matter how you pull out the animal, it just looks like you're uncovering a murder victim. Right? Whenever I go to someone's house and they have lechon served on the table, I just want to lean down next to this thing like it's an episode of CSI. What do we got here, detective? A burn victim? Nah, he got shot first. Bullet hole right here above the ear. They removed the bullet before burning the body, though. Obviously a cover-up. Oh, man. You pull a piece of skin off of it. Crispy. Seems like it's been slow cooking 4.5 hours on 425 degrees Celsius. Detective, are you dusting for fingerprints? Nah. Just adding a little bit of adobo seasoning to it. The killer must have left his mark. There's lettuce all around it. Oh, and what's the reason about putting apples in a pig's mouth after after you cook it? Like, what's the purpose of that thing, man? It's the weirdest thing to put a piece of fruit in. It's kind of like you're mocking the animal, or is it because we're trying to compensate that we're about to devour 1,000 calories and we just want to fool ourselves? Well, at least there's a piece of fruit on this plate. Right? It's like you're mocking the animal, so just let it die, right? With dignity. Let it be presented and be consumed with dignity, because like it's been eaten like shit its whole life, right? When it's dead, putting an apple in its mouth is kind of ridiculous. It's like redundant. That's like if you've been vegan your whole life, and then when you die, the coroner just sticks a Snickers bar in your mouth and is like, hey, there you go. Try that for a change. I've also seen pineapple slices on its back like it's a spa. All right, this is getting too morbid. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you visit miamicomedy.com and subscribe to our newsletter so you can experience all the best LOL comedy shows happening in Miami. Also, while you're here, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.